निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव शङ्करेषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। या कुन्देन्दुतुषारपाणिजला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापरा।
All the best. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah. I left it.
Okay, hold on.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being here tonight. I love this cozy, intimate atmosphere here. This means a lot to us as we sit here together to celebrate Tanishq's very important milestone. Tanishq has been learning tabla since he was just 6 years old. And even as a little one, we could tell that he had a ear for music. But even more so, an instinctive pull towards rhythm and beats. I will say it started really very early. In fact, I still remember those enthusiastic belly kicks during my would-be mom days. Whenever classical music played, I think that was his first tali or some, perhaps. And so when time came, we decided to put him in the able hands of none other than Prafulji Atle. Prafulji, of course, needs no introduction. A disciple of world-renowned tabla maestro Padma Shri late Ustad Allah Khaji of Punjab Gharana, and later he's also studied with Pandit Arvind Murgaokarji. He is an A-grade artist for All India Radio as well as Doordarshan. He has given many performances internationally in many countries. He has accompanied many top musicians of Indian classical music, such as Ustad Zakir Hussain, Pandit Jasraj, Ustad Shahid Parvez, Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, Dr. Srimati N. Rajam, Pandit Birju Maharaj, Pandit Buddha Dev Das Gupta, and many others. Prafulji has been teaching tabla, of course, at Phoenix Gharana School of Indian Arts for several years, as we all know. And having someone of his caliber in the valley, through through Manuji's Phoenix Gharana has been quite a huge blessing for Tanishq. So, with the blessings of his guru and his grandparents who are here in person, as well as watching from India over live stream, we would like to commence today's performance. To begin, Tanishq will present his solo with accompaniment on harmonium by Mr. Tejas Rude. This first presentation is actually part of his graduation examination, and so we kindly request that all cell phones be switched to silent mode to help ensure a smooth experience and clear audio recording. With that, let's welcome Tanishq and Mr. Tejas on stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanishq, as you all know, and today, for the first performance, me and Tejas ji will be showing you a few compositions in Ektal, Tal Ektal, which is a 12-beat cycle. And then we'll move on to Drut Tintal. So first, we're going to start off with some slow compositions like Peshkas, Utans, things like that. And then slowly progress on to Kaidas, Tukras, and Relas in the end. So I hope you enjoy. And presenting a Peshkar. Presenting a qaida. Presenting another qaida. Next, I'm going to be presenting Rela in Ekta. Can we increase the tabla in this monitor, please? Next, I'll be presenting a few compositions in Drutekta, so fast beat. presenting a Kathak composition. Da, tunga, takita tunga, takita tekita taka tunga, takita tha tha tha, takita tha tha tha, takita tha tha. Final few compositions in Ektal. This one has a jordi, so it's the same bowls but of two different variations. The first one is a tukra. Dhin dhin dhita dhita gege dhita gege dhin kradhet dhinaga dhin trikrta tana kata tha thanaga dhita gatta ka dhidikrta takrta dhinakrta takrta dhidikrta takrta dhinakrta takrta dhidikrta takrta dhinakrta takrta. moving on, I'll be presenting a few short compositions in Drut Tinta. The next composition I'll be presenting is called the Chandagat, which is a traditional composition played twice. This specific one was composed by Ustad Amir Hussain Khan. Presenting a Chopa Ligat, which is the same phrase played 4 times in 4 different speeds. be playing a rela in Trutinta.
I think now that he's done with his examination requirement, he's going to have even more fun going forward. Let's take a moment to acknowledge and thank our harmonium accompanist for the solo. Icon, please. Thank you. Tejasji Rode studies Hindustani classical on the harmonium from Pandit Vyasmurti Katti, and is privileged to absorb it in its true essence, both as an art and as a science. He has accompanied artists like Vijay Koparkar, Shantilal Shah, Prafulla Atle, and Priya Purushottaman. He holds an MS in music technology from Georgia Tech and has built a patent-pending digital microtonal harmonium, Petika, which allows full control on the natural frequency of each key, eliminating the need to possess multiple acoustic harmoniums. Yeah. Now moving on to our next presentation. As Tanishq continued his tabla journey, he had the opportunity to attend various concerts, various workshops, where he discovered the joy of accompaniment, an equally rich and dynamic form of expression alongside solo playing. And so today, in fact, he's very keen to showcase tabla as a language and more or less like a conversation between artists. Today he will be sharing some of the improvised pieces he's developed through these collaborative experiences. As many of you know, tabla is an integral part of a Kathak dancer's performance. Tanishq has grown up immersed in that world, first as an observer and then eventually as a regular accompanist. From classroom demos at Kalakendra to stage performances and even Rangmanch Praveshes, he's been behind the scenes and on stage, helping bring Kathak rhythms to life. One such memorable collaboration was with Sireen Puri, a Kalakendra graduate, for her own Kathak Rangmanch. And at that time, she made Tanishq a heartfelt promise that when his big day came, she would be there for him too. And well, they've kept that promise. So the two of them took the initiative to rehearse and present the special piece that we will be seeing together. So now it's time for a tabla Kathak Jugalbandi, where Tanishq will accompany Sireen and present his own Tatkar composition in Rastal. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tanishq and Sireen to the stage.
Hello? Oh, perfect. So, like my mom said, today we're gonna be performing in tal Rastal, which is a 13-beat tal, a Kathak tal. So it goes like dha, tat tat dha dhin dha kat dha ga tik ta ka ta ga di ga na tha. So that's how it would go. That's Rastal. And today we are going to be presenting a few short compositions followed by a few more fun compositions that we made, and hopefully you like them. Yeah. Shankadar form of this. Tat tat ta daga tun tun jijikita to turang daga tun tun tika dik dik hey tika dik dik hey tat tat ta daga tun tun jijikita to turang daga tun tun tika dik dik hey tika dik dik hey tat tat ta daga tun tun jijikita to turang daga tun tun tika dik dik hey tika dik dik. dance pattern between the percussionist and the dancer. And now we're going to be presenting a Kathak, which is a traditional Kathak footwork composition.
Wasn't it? We truly appreciate all your love and support through all of this. Your presence here today really means the world to us. We often actually tell Tanishq, be careful, our audience applause is very addictive, and it was. A heartfelt thank you to you, Serene, for being part of this special day and making it even more special. And I see that your friendship and your artistic bond with Tanishq is truly beautiful. And we all hope that this is just the beginning of many more performances together. All right, now as we continue to explore this world of rhythm, we have something very special coming up. A unique duo performance that blends not just two percussion instruments, but also two creative spirits who have grown up side by side. This next piece is more than just a fusion of Eastern and Western rhythms. It's a celebration of friendship, creativity, and the next generation of talent stepping it on their own. Let me tell you a little bit about these two young artists. Arnav Rajadhyaksha has been one of Tanishq's dear friends since kindergarten. Our families have been connected for years, and it's been such a joy watching them grow, not just individually, but also together as artists. While their interests evolved in different directions, their shared fascination for rhythm, I think, kept pulling them back to each other. I still remember so many times when our families would meet and they'd quietly sneak away, spend some time in their own little music jam world, and sometimes, very seldomly, share some of their creations with us too. And honestly, as parents, what more could we ask for than our kids when they find so much joy in their and purpose in their art? Arnav, now a junior at Hamilton High, is not only a talented drummer, he's a well-rounded musician, the lead of his own band, and is also carving his path as a vocalist in the world of professional singing. So today, for this special occasion, Tanishq and Arnav have put together a short fusion piece straight from their hearts. Please welcome Tanishq and Arnav to the stage. had no idea this was happening. Thank you so much, Arnav. This was amazing, and I feel like the call and response is what we enjoyed so much. Amazing. We've now arrived at the final performance of the day. I have to tell you that we had one more performance planned. KSG SR was supposed to come here to play Rabab with Tanishq. And I'm saying that because KSG has been a huge influence for Tanishq growing up. And he was actually on his way from San Diego specially to be here for his special day. But his flight got delayed and it's coming only at 7:30. So unfortunately we'll miss seeing him and seeing his performance today. But with that, now we have arrived at the final performance, like I said. Before we conclude, I do want to take a moment to reflect on Tanishq's journey with his guru, Sri Prafulla Atleji, a journey that began when Tanishq was just 6. As parents, Shri and I have had the privilege of witnessing it all. From the very first class, where as tiny children, they couldn't even sit still. I still remember how Prafulji would patiently ask them to sit on cushions, so that they could stay balanced and then they could reach their tablas. It's been that long. And in those early days, we saw Tanishq's frustration, actually. His small fingers barely making a sound on the tabla. He would sometimes be on the verge of tears and ask, Praful kaka, tu kase fingers move karto? How do you, in Marathi, if I
It still
translate?
happens to this day. It still happens. Now every time I play a composition, he plays it, and it's still, I'm in awe.
Yeah. So translation is, how do your fingers move so fast? That's exactly what I was going to say. You're stealing my speech, guys. But because every time, just as you saw right now, with that signature gentle smile, Prafulji would simply nod and say, don't worry, you'll get it. Just keep practicing. But what Tanishq learned from his guru went far beyond the strokes and rhythms of the tabla. Through Prafulji, he discovered a role model, not just in music, but in life. A role model of humility, of grace, of dedication, and the deep respect that he has for every other artist too. Over the years, we have seen him guide Tanishq with the same care and attention, whether it was that little boy struggling to keep up, or the young man you see today, preparing for his Rangmanch. And what touches us most is that nothing about that bond has actually changed. If anything, it has grown even deeper. Even a couple of nights back during rehearsals, when Prafulji was demonstrating a piece, we heard the same question from Tanishq as you heard right now. Prafulji, how do your fingers move so fast? And then the same loving response, don't worry. Parents should never be MCs. That moment captured everything that this journey has meant to us. So with hearts full of gratitude, we invite you to witness the culmination of this beautiful student-teacher journey. Please put your hands together and welcome Tanishq and Tejas back to the stage for the final performance.
for my last few compositions, my mom said earlier that I came here to show you that tabla is a language, just like any other language that we speak. And much like any other language that you speak, whether it be Hindi, Marathi, Spanish, English, Hindi, no, I said Hindi already, but we all have stories in those languages. And today I'd like to share a few stories with you in the language of tabla. So the first story I'm going to share with you is the story of myself on a Monday morning. I can tell where you guys are, well, I guess you guys can tell where I'm going with this, but every single Monday morning, my mom wakes me up and I never like it. I always want to stay in bed, I don't want to go to school ever. So that in a composition form. Mom, sorry, that's me. Mom, another story. This one's not as funny, but a deer goes into a forest and a massive hunting party is looking for it. And they see the deer and they start shooting their guns at the deer, trying to kill it. The deer, hearing the gunfire, being very scared of the gunfire, jumps away. When the steam engine, it first came into Bombay at a breakneck speed of 7 miles an hour, the Nawabs of that area told their court musician, Ustad, you need to compose something to commemorate this grand occasion. And they composed something with the stroke dhir dhir. And off of that stroke, off of the word railway, this composition was the first Rela. I don't know if that's true, I just like thinking about it like that. Now, I have a quick disclaimer before I do this one. Prafulji, I'm very sorry. He's not a fan of this one, but the rest of you are gonna get to hear it, because I like this one. So this one is a horse running.
As you can see, Kathak is more than rubbed on him. So, hi everyone. It's indeed a very overwhelming and joyous moment for us as we witness our son Tanishq maturing as a tabla player. As you all know, it takes a village to raise an artist, and we are indeed grateful to all of those that have contributed through this journey. Right? we want to begin by expressing gratitude, heartfelt gratitude to Phoenix Gharana and esteemed gurus Manu Srivastav and Prafulla Atleji. Manuji, we are eternally thankful to you for bringing Prafulji into our lives and providing the myriad opportunities that we have for performing at various events within the valley. We really thank you for that. I vividly recall our first day when Tanishq began taking tabla lessons with Prafulji at Murthiji's office. Right? Tanishq was just 6 years old. By that time, we had Prafulji, we'd seen Prafulji perform all the magic with his hands many times, right? And for an artist of such great caliber to be so patient and be so kind, right? Where we started with this gay, tit, gay, na, the first bowls. Back then it was so complex, so hard for us to perform. But then Prafulji, you stuck with us, you kept going, and today we can see the fruits of this. So beyond just tabla, Prafulji, you've provided countless opportunities to motivate Tanishq, right? And this is seen from all the love for tabla that you see is really from all these various opportunities, whether when Ustad Zakir Hussain had been here a few times, you took him backstage, introduced him to as students, your students. So those things, in addition to that, we had several events where you had renowned artists, Hindustani classical artists, come perform with Nishku, with Tanishq. So those are all great learning experiences, and so Murthy ji, Sabita ji, you provided a home away from close to in East Valley for all students to learn tabla. We're eternally grateful. Thank you so much for being with us all these years as Nishku learned tabla. Really appreciate that. They say the mother is the first teacher of the child. In Tanishq's case, it is literally true, even in his musical journey. From listening to Kathak right from when he was in the womb to performing with all the artists, the various opportunities that have been provided. Kathak has been an integral part of his life, and we really feel great about it. I mean,
No, come on. You've done some stuff for me too. Come on. You know, half of my talent comes from him.
Yeah.
He says that all the time.
Senior tabla students, thank you for being there. I know you guys have been a role model. He's been watching you guys perform since day one. Even today, we have several students that are here that he has been playing with all along, and who's been constantly encouraging him. So we really appreciate that. Thank you for being there. Ai Baba, Appa Amma, and other family members, thank you for all your support and encouragement over these years. Whenever Tanishq needed a tabla, he never really came to us. He just did a WhatsApp call to his grandparents, and we would find it one fine day, and we realized it was the special A, B, C, D, E tabla, or some other alphabet soup, right? It was a different tabla every time. But we would find a new tabla in our house every day when we opened the door. So thank you for being there. We are blessed with a lot of family, friends in the valley. You are our extended family, local family here. And we've relied upon you for over these years for all the performances that are there, whether it is pickups, whether it is drop-ups, stage decor, so many events, right? Including encouraging Tanishq to become the person that he is today. We really appreciate that, all of you. Lastly, coming to the performance for today, we really thank the ASU Kerr team Robert, Tracy, Eliza, Ashley. Thank you for the excellent setup, the excellent lighting, the sound. Really appreciate that. Rick, thank you so much for the photography. Om, Joe, Anita, you guys are there all throughout the valley. Every time there is an event in the valley, you guys are there. Really do appreciate this, guys. Thank you so much. Lastly, the food in the house, Bombay House, thank you for providing the meals that we are going to have. We would also like to recognize the wonderful artists that were there, that put this splendid show together. Tejas Rodeji on the harmonium. Serene, thank you so much. For that wonderful Kathak Jugalbandi which we had. Really, it was really amazing. And then lastly, our little master Arnav. What an amazing showcase of drums and tabla. KSG, we missed you today. I know you've been there all throughout this time for Nishku. We really appreciate that from the bottom of our heart. We'd like to felicitate the artists. So can I please call on Tanishq grandparents, Shri Madhukar Kotwal and Srimati Sunila Kotwal to come on stage. May I also please request the artists to come on stage, starting with the Guru, Shri Prafulla Atleji, please. Tejas Rode. Siri. Arnav. Thank you. Now I'd like to call on Prafulji to come and say a few words.
Good evening, friends. Thank you so much for being here and attending this wonderful evening. And I indeed had a great pleasure watching Tanishq's different types of different talent, actually, different type of talent, like right from tabla solo to Kathak accompaniment, to playing with Arnav, and also at the end he did a fantastic job. And honestly speaking, I didn't know that he's such a great entertainer too. So also, like as Radhika ji and Shri Bhai said, that they also remember the first day, like when he was sitting with a cushion and all that. So even I remember those days where he was literally struggling to get a sound from the tabla and all that. And I remember first couple of months he was literally kind of losing patience, and I was like, don't worry, you'll get it. And today he sounded really, really fantastic. Of course, there are a few things I need to talk to him later. But but overall, I think he played so well, and I really enjoyed. And I think this is a very important milestone he has achieved, and I would like to congratulate Nishku, Radhika ji, and Shri Bhai, and all entire Kotwal family, and all his friends for his great achievement here. Honestly speaking, playing like this takes a lot of years, and it's really not easy unless and until you work extremely hard to play at this level. So I really had a great time listening to him, and I really had a great joy watching my student doing so well, and I was feeling very proud. And actually I can say he has a great potential of becoming really amazing tabla player, tabla maestro in the future. I'm not saying this just because I have to say this, but I seriously can see a lot of potential in him. And I remember whenever I teach any compositions, he picks up so well. Like next moment he just plays, and since he already had a music in his house coming from his mom, Kathak background and all that, so he exactly knows how that composition has to be implemented with the lera and all that. So I never had to teach him how to play a composition with a lera. He picked it up by himself. And secondly, with Kathak, even with Kathak, I don't think we had any session like explaining him how to play for Kathak and all that. He just picked it up just like that. That is mainly because of Radhika ji, and also it's also because of I can say a solid classical background. So if anyone has like a really good classical background, lot of other things like playing for not just for Kathak, but also playing with drums or playing for any semi-classical music or something becomes a lot easier thereafter. So, but today he did really amazing job, and I really enjoyed it. And once again I congratulate Tanishq, Nishku, and entire family. Thank you so much, and for being here. Thanks a lot. And my best wishes for his future, and I really hope that he will continue working really hard here onwards too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prafulji. Thank you. First off, I want to thank everyone for coming here. It was a very special event, and I'm very glad I got to share it with so many people that are so special to me and to my family, and I very much appreciate each and every one of you for coming. So round of applause for all of you first. Next, I want to thank my parents. I know I give them a lot of difficulty at times. I think difficulty is a very nice word, but I know I can be a lot to deal with at times, and it's tough to deal with me, but they do well. They do. And so round of applause for my parents, because without them I wouldn't be here, obviously. And next, Shri Prafulla Atle. What a tabla player. And what a teacher. Wow. Not only is he one of the best tabla players that I've ever seen, he is also one of the most humble people I have ever seen. No, that's not a good thing. No. Whenever I play a very difficult composition, I'm struggling. And then he plays it very easily, very simply, and in twice the speed that I'm playing in, And I ask, oh, how do you do that? And he's like, oh, Nishku, it's very easy. It's very simple. You can do it. It's okay. But no, I'm joking. I couldn't have been gifted with a more genuine and more sincere guru than Shri Prafulla Atle. So thank you very much. Let's see. My grandparents have been sitting in on my practices. They've been getting me tablas from India, even though with very specific instructions. I always send them. I have 5 WhatsApp calls to my grandpa every single time I want a tabla with telling him exactly what I want. So thank you for being my eyes and ears in India and for supporting me through this entire journey. Tata Party, I know you're there too. I know you're watching. So thank you both for being here my entire journey and for supporting me throughout this entire supporting me throughout my entire process with tabla. Next, I want to thank some of the artists that we saw up here. So, firstly, Tejas Rodeji, you did an amazing job on the harmonium, and I'm not gonna lie, that is a very cool looking harmonium. So that you've developed, I was really impressed. So, amazing job. Thank you very much for coming out here and giving me the head up. Serene, you kept your promise. You were here at my Rangmanch. You were here performing at my Rangmanch. You said that you would, and you did. And that is one of the greatest things that I've seen. Every single time she says she will do something, she does it. And she does it well. And that is one of Serene's best qualities. She's a go-getter, and she is one of the most hard-working, dedicated people that I've ever met. So, Serene. Arnav was there too. And then we're gonna move on. Thank you, Arnav, for sitting with me through so many different rehearsals. I know we had a lot of fun. We have a little too much fun every single time we rehearse, but we always get a pretty decent result. And today was also, I think we did really well. So I hope everyone thinks so too. But good job. Thank you for coming. The ASU Kerr team, thank you so much for dealing with all of our demands. We can be a lot, like I said. But thank you for sticking through with it, thick and thin, and we appreciate every single thing that you've done. From setting up the mics, doing sound check, doing the lights, and getting his drum set somehow from there to there. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it, and thank you very much, the ASU Kerr team. Oh, lastly, I'd like to thank Manju Pillai, wherever she is. I don't know where she is. But she has always been a huge supporter of my tabla journey. And one of the most important things, she was here today, early, and she did a very important thing. She got my mom dressed. She helped my mom get dressed. Because we know that if my mom does not get dressed, the show cannot start. So, thank you very much for all your help. And last but not least, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for making it out here, for taking the time to come here and watch me play some tabla. So thank you all.